of 26, so the senior not afraid to put the ball up and hope for the best. It sounds like that in order for them to win, especially against a good team, I think he's got to score quite a few points for Triad, and obviously Coach has put that up on the board. I'm sure, I know Coach Gregg and Coach Bird Farmer were there before us to watch that game when we played Belleville East. Seemed like about midnight that night, but yeah, they were there to watch Troy Triad and probably even saw them again another time. So scout report will be out on them, and the Railers will know it. It's just got to come out and execute it and play the way the Railers have been playing, Scotty. You know, we've shot the ball decently from the perimeter, but man, have we been great defensively. We've been great leading from defense to offense and turning steals and turnovers into points and doing it quickly. And we'll see if that holds true here today, or this weekend, really, for that matter, here in Collinsville.
Well, let's take another commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have starting lineups and your opening action here in Collinsville, Illinois, as the Railers take on the Knights from Troy Triad. This is Lincoln Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Responsibility in a professional manner.
Welcome back, Railer Nation, here in Collinsville, Illinois, as the Lincoln Railers take on the Knights from Troy Triad. Scott Kirby, Josh Komnick here, Josh, and as we get set for the opening lineups.
Longest intro.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of
not going to have much of his
timed it perfect there, bringing it back.
much of his voice left. Troy will be the first out today. Again, Troy coming to the contest at 8-1 record. First out for Troy is number 1. That's 6-foot senior Nate Winslow. Next is the 5'10 senior. Where's the number 2? That's Carson Milligan. 6'4 and a senior. Where's the number 4? Luke Cox. Number 13 is 6'3 senior Michael Tentis, and the final starter for head coach Jeff Guidry is a 5'10 junior, number 30, Sam Yeager. Troy Triad will wear the red uniforms trimmed in some black with white Triad across the chest. Again, their colors are red, black, and white, and I don't know if at least since I've been paying much attention. I don't know if we played Troy forever.
You've been around for a while. And
I'm 40. I'm a man.
You are a man.
First out for the Railers for head coach Neil Alexander, 6'3" and a senior. Number 1 is Will Ewald. Another senior out for the Railers, 6 foot. Number 2, Cameron Whiteman. Number 3 is a 5'10" junior, Dylan Singleton. Another junior for the Railers, 6'4" and a forward. Number 4 is Landon Hollinger. And the Railers' leading scorer, 6'3" and a senior. Number 5 is Caden Phoebe.
The Railsplitters are coached by Neil Alexander.
Of course, head coach Neil Alexander. Assisted by Eric Ewald, Greg Alexander, Brandon Bird Farmer, Josh McClellan, and Zach Don.
Raiders are set here as they are in their white uniforms, trimmed in green, and the Troy Triad Knights with red uniforms, white numbers, white letters trimmed in black.
Yeah, good size there. Again, matching up against Hollinger. We talked about that. Is number 1 for Triad is Nate Winslow, 6'4", so equal size there between Hollinger and Winslow.
Hollinger, Winslow set for the tip. Tip is up and controlled by the Railers. Singleton has it up top. Now he'll hand off to Whiteman. Over to Ewald on the wing. Back up top to Froby.
Look like man-to-man for Triad.
Hollinger to the hoop. Up and no good. Left it a little strong. Rebound Knights. Jaeger gets it to Milligan. Little trap there. They'll get it across. Now there's Cox. That's their score. He's guarded by Whiteman. Tipped out of there. Regained by the Knights. Jaeger up top. Over to Tentis. Back to Jaeger. To Tentis. Back to Jaeger on the wing. Now a little catch. And for a new team, Josh, that hasn't seen that 1-2-2 ball press, does it take a little while to figure out?
It will, even though you're probably practiced against it for a good 3 or 4 days now. It's not the same as what the Railers can do.
Little back door there, an easy layup, and it rolls in for Milligan as he got behind Raider defense, and he was open for the easy put there, easy lay-in.
Yeah, the middle was wide open there, too, several times against the Railers. Railers have done a good job of keeping good players away from the basketball and away from the middle, and that time the Railers got it in, then we had to bring it up, and the Railers looked really extended out on the wing to try and stop some of their shooters.
2-0 Knights. Game just underway, 6:35 on the clock, first quarter. Raiders with the basketball. Froby to Whiteman. Whiteman for a 3 off the rim. No good. Singleton down there for the rebound. His putback is up and good.
Good job by Singleton. I think Froby's the leading rebounder on the team, Scott, but Singleton right there with him. Dylan a lot of times on the offensive boards. There's quick hands by Singleton.
Milligan, I thought he got away with the double dribble there as they get it down low, and they're going to get Hollinger with the foul on number 1 Winslow. Looked like a double dribble by Milligan that those referees missed.
Yeah, and then the Railers got a good trap, and usually a trap with Singleton and Froby, and it results in a Railer steal, or at least the opponent turnover. And that time they were able to escape and got out, and they got another point-blank basket.
Nate Winslow, 6'4" senior at the line, misses his first free throw. It's Hollinger's first foul, team first for the Railers. 2-2, 6:10 to go in the first. Winslow's second free throw up, no good. Rebound comes down to Froby. 2-2, 6:05 to go in this first quarter in Collinsville, Illinois. As the Railers get it across. Froby on the wing, he'll drive to the basket, nothing there. Now he lays it up with the left. He misses it. Knights with the rebound. Cox looks to push. He'll push right. Now all the way across. Now they'll swing it out. That's Tentis. Over to Milligan. Over to Cox.
Yeah, again, Yoder, big kid in the middle, 6'4".
Steal by Froby, and he's going to be tripped there by Tentis for the Knights.
Looks like the wings, which are Ewald and Froby, really extended out on the, normally they line up on the elbow, which you call the ends of the free throw line. This time looks like the Railers are spread out. Something in the game plan is to have those wings spread out, but it also looks like Winslow is underneath, is wide open in the middle.
Both teams looking for some offense early in this game. There's Ewald in the corner for 3, in and out, no good. Rebound Knights. 2-2, 5:25 to go in the first. There's a pass all the way across. Now a drive up, reverse layup, no good. Whiteman for the rebound, pushes it up to Froby. Froby pushes right, now kicks back to Singleton, gives it back to Froby in the corner. Now up top to Froby, they'll swing it around. Ewald with it. Now up top to Froby.
Yeah, not a lot of pressure by Triad.
Whiteman for a three, in and out, no good. Both teams a little cold right now on offense as the Knights get it down in a hurry. They beat Lincoln's defense. Winslow with a nice easy put or layup for the Knights. 4-2.
That time it was Luke Cox with a nice pass by Yoder, and that's been a focal point for Troy already this morning, is get the ball into the Yoder inside.
Raiders looking for some offense now. Froby takes a three, no good. And they're going to get Singleton over the back as he tried to get the rebound, but give Milligan some credit there for a good box out.
Yeah, Railers 0 for 4 from three-point land here to start the game, and have had a couple that have rattled in, but a couple that have.
Cox, coast to coast, lays it up and good.
Yeah, good looking athlete there by Cox. So he grabbed the ball at three-quarter court on the other end and took it all the way to the house for a layup.
6-2, the Knights. Froby drives to the basket, then spins and gets fouled. Foul is on number 13, Tentis. That's his second.
Yeah, and that's the guy that's been guarding Froby too. So that's probably their best defender. Now goes out with 2 points.
Jared Willis checks in for the Knights. Raiders get it in to Ewald. Willis, a 5'10 senior for the Knights. There's a three on the way by Hollinger. No good. Rebound Knights.
Yeah, another good look too. Hollinger is usually really good from the corner spot, and that time left it short. So Railers to start the game 0 for 5 from 3. Just 2 points on the board so far.
Had some good looks, Josh, just not able to get them to fall.
Yeah, we've been moving the ball well, and they're not putting a lot of pressure on us. It's kind of that Chatham Glenwood style man-to-man where they really sag in a post quite a bit. They're inside and really let you shoot, and right now the Railers haven't been able to get it.
Now down low. Well, swing it around. There's Cox for a three up top. No good. Rebound underneath. Yeager swatted out there by Whiteman. Froby tracks down the rebound. Gets it back to Whiteman. Whiteman gets it across, kicks it to Ewald in the corner. Nothing there. Now they'll kick it back up top. Froby thinks about a three. Now gives it to Whiteman. There's a three by Froby up top. In and out. No good. Had a good look, Josh. Just in and out.
Yeah, we're going to have to do something a little bit different here and try and get to the basket. Threes aren't falling for anyone. I think every Railer has had an opportunity. Turnover by Triad, but every Railer has had an opportunity at the three-point line, and yet one to get one to go.
6-2, 3:05 to go in the first. Look for some backdoor or something. Right here,
I don't know if they're
something to get some points on the board.
Yeah, we need to get to the foul line.
Froby fakes the pass to Ewald in the corner, drives to the basket. He's going to be fouled, and Froby will go to the line shooting two. And maybe this can wake up Lincoln's offense here.
Yeah, the Railers get to the basket there on the design play for Froby, and Froby didn't get the three, did a good job of attacking the basket. Now he's going to get to the free throw line, as you said, to try and get this long dry spell of points. Froby up and good with the first.
2:51 to go in the first quarter here in Collinsville. Second free throw up and good.
Good. The good thing is Troy only has 6 points, so the Railers, even though have not scored for a while, Troy hasn't had a chance to really put it on us yet either.
Knights get it across. Cox pulls up for a jumper. No good. Rebound. Hollinger underneath.
Good job by Hollinger battling two Triad Knights underneath there and was able to come away with it.
Raiders with the basketball, down by 2. Ewald drives to the rim, up and lays it up and good.
Yeah, nice take by Will Ewald, and his man had to run at him, which Sam Yeager was guarding him. Will did a nice job of shot faking and then going baseline and finished over the rim.
All tied up at 6, and there's another turnover for the Knights. And Josh, we got 5 guys on the court that can do that. They can get to the rim. And, you know, when you don't have that outside game going, you can't hit those threes.
Well,
that's something that we're going to have to maybe do a little more of.
Sure, yeah, when the threes aren't going, this team's definitely capable of getting to the basket. It looks like their stud, Luke Cox, is playing a little too fast. I think the Railers have sped him up, and he's got 2 turnovers in the last 2 possessions.
Ewald cut off on the baseline, kicks it out to Froby. Froby for the 3, got it. Nothing but net for Froby, and that's a Chris Coyne State Farm 3-pointer.
Yeah, nice drive by Ewald. Ewald kicked it out to Froby, and I think the Railer defense has made this Troy Triad team play a little faster than what they're used to. Last couple possessions, 2 turnovers.
9-6, 1:35 to go in the first. Knights with the basketball. There's a 3 on the way. No good. Rebound. Hollinger for the Railers. Gets it to Singleton. Singleton up to Froby. Froby tries to get to the lane. Nothing there. Now they'll swing it around. Hollinger for a 3 up top. No good. Rebound comes down to the Knights. That's number 23 for the Knights. That's Cale Elmore.
Great look there on the last possession for Hollinger. That's a walk-up 3 from the top of the key. Any shooter loves that shot, and just left it a little short. Good offense going by so far for the Railers, as Will Ewald picked up a reaching foul there. Now the 3rd team foul on the Railers. I think just Will's first.
Tungate checks in for the Railers. Gives Singleton a break. And going to be off of Milligan's knee, Railer basketball.
Yeah, that pressure's starting to really bother Troy. The Railer speed, the Railer hands, the quick hands by the Railers have caused about 3 or 4 turnovers here in the last couple possessions for Troy, and that's what that defense can do for you.
Under 1 minute to go in this opening quarter in the 36th annual layup for Froby. Nice lane for Froby. He goes up, scores the bucket, 11-6 Railers. Good pressure by the Railers. Tungate cuts off Willis. Now gets it over to Milligan. Back to Willis up top. 30 on the clock. Railers up by 5. Knights work it around. Now they'll swing it to the left. Almost a steal by Froby as Elmore checks in for the Knights. Now they get it down low to Elmore, and Hollinger's there to change his shot, but the Knights able to rebound. 7 seconds on the clock, a wide open lane for Willis, and they're going to call him with a charge as Hollinger steps in there, takes the charge. Railers with the basketball with 4.5 on the clock.
Real quickly, I think Hollinger was getting ready to go try and block that shot, and I don't know what's happening in his brain, but it almost was like, I've got 1 foul, I better try something different. So he stood there, took the charge. I don't know if that was his thinking. I'd love to ask him after the game, but that's great heads-up thinking by him.
Froby coast to coast, up, and loses control of the basketball. No foul called, and that will do it for the first quarter here in Collinsville with your score. The Lincoln Railers 11, the Knights 6. We'll take a commercial break. We come back, we'll have second quarter action here on WLCN 96.3 FM. Welcome back to Collinsville, Illinois for the 36th annual Collinsville Prairie Farms Boys Basketball Tournament. Scott Kirby, Josh Komnick with you as the Railers take a 11-6 advantage into the second quarter, Josh. And Railers picked up their offense there towards the end of the first quarter, and hopefully they can just keep that going here and build a pretty good lead.
Well, picked up the offense, picked up the defense, which led to offense. We got some breakaways where we got some chances to get to the basket. Yoder turns and shoots. It almost looks like the Railers are daring him to catch it there and try and score. Again, I'm sorry, Yoder. I keep calling him Yoder. It's Winslow. Winslow caught it at the free throw line, but the Railers have done a good job of rebounding after he's missed.
11-6 Railers with the basketball. Froby has it up top. He'll walk it left, give it to Hollinger on the wing. Now to Whiteman. To Ewald in the corner for a three. Got it! Will Ewald nails a three in the corner, and that's a Chris Coyne. State Farm three-pointer. 14-6 Railers. Willis trapped in the corner. Good trap.
Yeah.
Ooh, almost a steal by Tungate as he stepped in front of Yoder. Or Yeager, sorry. Gonna stay with the Railers.
Is there a Yoder? Why do we keep saying that?
You said it.
Now you're saying it.
Got to turn our YouTube broadcast down just a hair. Oh, well, I went the wrong way. There we go. Hopefully that...
travel by Troy with a really zero amount of pressure. Whiteman was not even close to 23, which is Cale Elmore. Cale Elmore just travels with the basketball. So Railers get another break here. 14-6, 6:30 left here in the second quarter.
Railers, good ball movement. Whiteman gets it out.
Hit it again, Will.
Up top to Will Ewald for another. Chris Coyne, State Farm, three-pointer for Will Ewald. That's his second.
Great drive. Great drive and dish. Points. Yeah, great drive and dish by Whiteman. Kicked it right at the top key. We talked about that top of the key shot for any shooter, and Will was about as clean as you could get it and nothing but net.
Railers with a 11-point lead here in Collinsville, their opening game of this tournament. There's a three by Yeager in the corner, in and out, no good. Put back from Milligan is good as the Railers lost track of Milligan. He was able to sneak in there and put the rebound back up.
Smallest guy on the floor and got in there for an easy rebound, uncontested on the putback too.
Three on the way from Whiteman. Ooh, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to the Knights. Railers 17, Knights 8. Up to Cox. Now in the corner to Elmore. Now they'll get it down low to a wide open Winslow. As the Railers defense broke down, and the Railers are only with a 7-point advantage. Now Froby dribbles in, kicks it out to Whiteman. Now in the corner to Ewald. 5 to go in the first half. Tungate. Ewald up top. Now gets it over to Froby on the wing. Froby guarded by Milligan. Now Railers being a little patient, setting some offense up. All the way across to Froby, head fake to the rim, kicks it out to Whiteman. Whiteman, nothing there. Now in the corner to Ewald. Ewald's going to take a three off the rim. Rebound, fought for underneath, comes down to Cox. Cox looks to push, and he's bumped there by Singleton. No call. Elmore grabs it, shuffles his feet, and Komnick called it from up here, and the refs must have heard you because they get him with the travel.
Yeah, it was an easy call, and easy call for the officials. The Railers need a basket here. 17-10, and have had a couple looks, just not been able to get them to go down. They got to keep attacking the basket here. Fall in love with the three-pointer.
There's another three by Ewald, and as long as he does that, Josh, we love him. And that's another Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer for Ewald. He's got 11 points. He leads all scorers. Knights get it across. They dish it down low to Winslow.
Traveled again.
And the Railers just don't have an answer for that right now.
No, and they're getting it in there too easy. Right now, breaking the press, and it's usually Yoder passing to
Ewald. Tries to get to the basket. He's going to be bumped, and he'll go to the line shooting too.
Yeah, Yoder's Cox gets it to Winslow down low, and they've had some easy looks at the basket. So the ball movement, if they haven't turned it over, Troy's done a good job of finding baskets, but it's been that Railer defense has been speeding them up.
Free throw from Ewald's good. 21-12 Railers, 3:48.
Will with 12 already here in the game.
Second free throw for Ewald. Rims out, no good. 21-12 Railers. 3:45 to go in the first half. Cox, he gets it up quick, Josh.
Yeah, he
off the backboard and good.
He's been good on that right side, too, been able to get to the basket. He's a good-looking player, and I thought a couple times with the Railers have really tried to speed him up more, but maybe that's his game.
Good ball movement by the Railers. Proby in the corner for three. Ooh, off the side of the rim, or backboard, no good. Rebound comes down to Tentis. Gets it up top to Cox. He's bumped by Tungate, no foul. Proby with the up, off the backboard, and good. Coach from the Knights wanted a bump, Josh, and I'm not going to disagree with him.
No, I think he got fouled, but that's part of that Railer pressure. Him, Tungate, and Singleton can give you up at the top of physicality plus quickness plus very strong, quick hands.
23-14, 2:50 to go in the first half. Tapped out there by Singleton, going to stay with the Knights.
As Whiteman will check in for Tungate. The Railers up 23-14 here. 2:50 left in the second quarter.
Knights get it in. Now get it in the corner to Winslow. Back up top to Milligan. To Yeager. Yeager splits the defense. Throws it up and good. Now the Raiders with the basketball up by 7.
The Raiders been holding that.
Proby, he tries to get to the rim. Milligan's there to cut him off, but he's going to be charged with a foul.
Yeah, now the 16th foul on the Knights. So the next one, the Raiders will be in the bonus. That's the first personal on Milligan. As now Winslow will take a break, which that's going to be a help for the Railers. He's been doing some damage underneath.
Anthony LaRue, a 6'5 senior, checks in for him. Proby with the basketball.
I'd like to see if Singleton get loose on a drive.
That's Cam in the corner for a three, and that's another Chris Coyne, State Farm, three-pointer. Whiteman, that's his first points of the night, or the afternoon, I should say. Raiders up by 10, 2 minutes to go in the first half. Yeager stops, kicks it back up top to Tentis for a three. Nothing but net for Tentis. And the Knights back within 7.
Yeah, again, the
1:40 to go.
Just really concentrating on keeping it away from Cox and have lost track on a couple guys that have gotten shots from the perimeter or gotten shots inside. And not an easy team to defend. They got a couple guys on the perimeter that can shoot, and they've when they haven't turned it over, they've done a good job of getting shots.
Raiders working it around, eating some clock. And Hollinger tried to dribble baseline, spin back out, loses control, but luckily it was off the Knights. Gonna stay with the Railers on the sideline. Ewald gets it to Singleton. 1:16 to go in the first half. Proby kicks it in the corner to Singleton for a three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Cox for the Knights. He looks to push. Now he'll pull back out, pull up for a jumper, no good.
Shot, great defense by Singleton.
Yeah, and you could tell Cox was wanting to get right.
Yeah.
And they cut him off and made him stay there and kind of
Dylan just wouldn't let him.
Shot. Yeah.
I like the Railers to hold the basketball here for a while and get a good shot, a layup or the end of the shot here for the first half. Not going to pressure you. I don't think Troy's going to really come out and deny you the basketball or try and steal it. So I think you got a chance to hold it here and get one, and hopefully a good shot, make it, and ride some momentum into halftime.
Will be Railers basketball to start the second half as they are up by 7 with 24 on the clock, and they will hold for one. Haven't been real successful at this.
No, we've struggled the last couple games, not only making the shot, but just getting the shot off and getting into the offense or play that coach wants. So we'll see what the Railers do here. 9 seconds.
Whiteman up top with it. Now he'll dribble left with 4, down to 3, loses control. Fought for in the corner. A shot taken by Hollinger. No good as the Raiders struggle again to get that last second shot off, Josh, and that's how the first half's going to end with the Raiders 26 the Knights 19. We'll take a commercial break. We come back, we'll have the Ground Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic halftime show here on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Back here from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium on the campus of Collinsville High School. The Railers up here 26-19 at half over the Knights from Troy Triad. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic halftime show. Josh Komnick along with Scott Kirby and Ryan Billy all bringing you the camera action, the play-by-play via YouTube. We'll go through the scoring here, Scott. First for Triad, they are led by Nate Winslow. Winslow has 6, 4 apiece for Milligan and Luke Cox, 3 for Michael Tentis, and 2 points for Sam Yeager. The Knights from Triad shoot 9 of 18 from the field. They are 1 of 4 from three-point land and 0 of 2 from the free throw line. They got 17 rebounds. 14 of them defensive, and a lot of those were because of the poor Railer three-point shooting early on in the first quarter. Got a lot of rebounds for Troy. They've got 5 assists on 8 turnovers. Again, 19 points for the Knights. The Railers are led by the senior number 1, Will Ewald. Ewald, 12 points. He's 3 of 5 from three-point land, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He's also got 2 rebounds, 9 points for Caden Froby. Froby's 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He's also got 2 rebounds. 3 points from Cam Whiteman on a State Farm, Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer. And Dylan Singleton with 2 points on an offensive rebound putback. The Railers shoot 9 of 23 from the field and 5 of 17 from 3. Too many three-pointers, I think, especially early on when we weren't making them. 5 of 17, not a good percentage, although we did make a couple in a row thanks to Ewald, and I believe Froby got one to go as well. The Railers 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 8 total rebounds, 1 of them offensive. That was Dylan Singleton's basket. 5 assists, no turnovers for the Railers, 1 block and 3 steals. 26-19, 5 minutes and 10 seconds left here from Collinsville High School. You're listening to the 36th annual Collinsville Prairie Farms Holiday Boys Basketball Classic. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Starter Chiropractic halftime show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Here from Collinsville, Illinois, Josh Komnick along with Scott Kirby, Ryan Billy All bringing you the footage. And Scott, we talked about a little bit of the Railers' inconsistent shooting early before the pregame in the season so far, really from three-point land. The Railers just 5 of 17 from three today, and 3 of those were from Will Ewald. Just haven't gotten it going early on and shot a lot of them. 17 in the first half for the Railers, and that's one thing that we've noticed this year, that they have not relied on the three-pointer, been able to run up and down the floor and get some layups and get some drives to the basket, and there for about a 4 or 5 minute span, it was threes, and if you're connecting on them, they're great, but if you don't, you don't look so hot, and there for a while the Railers were not.
Yeah, and like you said, Josh, we tend to rely on that three early, and then we see it doesn't, they're not coming, get to the rim, and then it, opens up a little more. But Railers have to go on a halftime. They got to adjust. They got a lot of easy buckets behind them.
Yeah.
Their defense, I don't know if they're
uncontested almost.
Yeah,
a lot
it's
of
just
them.
like they're getting in behind us, and we lose track of them.
16 points in the paint for the night, so that's a lot of points to give up.
So I'm sure Coach Al and the rest of the coaches are probably emphasize that at halftime. How we have to have some backside help, I guess is what you would call it. But they're pretty. The Raiders are going to do what they're going to do, and a few tweaks here and there, some adjustments.
Looks like we almost relied too concerned on Cox. I think we've really been focused on him and let some of their guys go.
And I think the key to him, Josh, is keep him left. Don't let him go right, because when he has to go left, it kind of throws him out of his comfort zone.
Well, we've noticed that when he's gone up the right side on a couple of fast break layups and really have caught him 3/4 of the court from the basket and takes it all the way to the basket. The Railers did have 15 points off of those 8 turnovers from Troy Triad. So we talked about earlier that when the Railers turn teams over, they don't mess around and wait and let them set up. We turn the basketball and go, and we've been able to score off of that. Railers opened up with the ball, and Singleton has got it here to start the third.
see if we can go out to
Railers run their weave here and get some action going. A lot of stagnant motion, a lot of stagnant offense by the Railers in the first half, and coach is going to get these guys moving around a little bit.
Railers looking around up top. Whiteman gets a wide open three, no good. Rebound comes down to Yeager for the Knights. Cox with it now to up top to Tentis. Gets it over to Yeager, back to Tentis. Almost a steal by Froby. Reaches in there now, a little tap out by Singleton. Ewald tracks it down, up and good.
Nice. Yeah, good tip that way by Froby. Another steal by the Railers, and we talked about it. Will Ewald, what a much improved athlete he is. He never would have done that last year and finished it. And he got up by the rim and finished it for a big basket there for the Railers.
28-19, 7 to go here in the third. Knights with the basketball. Cox over in the corner to Yeager. Nothing there. Tries to get it down low. Does. And right there, as number 1, Winslow, able to get in deep in the lane. And Yeager fed him the ball in an easy basket.
Points in the paint. 16 of them for Collins. 16 of them for 16 of them for Collinsville, Troy in the first half. And they just got another one to their first possession here in the second half.
28-21 as the Railers just about turned it over, but Froby able to track it down. Now Cam has it. Hollinger swings it in the corner to Singleton, spins around.
Hollinger's got to look for his shot. He's not looking at all, not looking to drive.
Now Ewald has it in the corner, guarded by Yeager. Raiders swing it around. Froby back to Singleton, over to Hollinger, to Froby. Froby for a three, off the rim, no good. Rebound Cox. 28-21 Raiders, 6 minutes to go in the third.
Yeah, looks like another settle for a three-pointer, Scott, and the Raiders have a chance to get to the basket, and they're not doing it.
Whiteman tries to cut off Cox as he tried to get to the baseline, but he's going to get called with the bump and the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul on the Railers so far here in the half. So
what they got there, illegal screen? I think so.
Yeah, illegal screen on the big boy underneath Winslow. Tried to turn and boxed out, and he knew what he was doing. Yeah, he put his butt back and sealed him out. Couldn't get around him.
That's his second foul.
Probably not called very often, but it's probably the right call.
28-21 Railers with the basketball. Froby over to Whiteman. Nothing there. Now they'll kick it up top to Ewald. Now Hollinger takes a three from the wing, and it's good, Josh. And you said it. He's got to find that shot, and he's got to take it. And that's a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer. Steal by Hollinger as Cox lost control of it. Hollinger with it. Now to Ewald. Now right back to him for a three. That's his spot. Got it. Hollinger with 2 threes in a row, and those are huge points for the Raiders as they go up 13 with 5:06 to go in the third.
Yeah, great play. Great unselfish basketball too, Scott. You could see it coming from here. They had the numbers. Hollinger kicked it back to Ewald. Ewald with the slow, fast break. That man that was guarding Hollinger had to come up on Ewald, and then Ewald did the great basketball play, the smart play. What you should do is kick it right back to him. He had already made one, and kick it back to the shooter, and he got another one.
34-21, 5:06 to go in the third. Headlines: Salon. Visit Brett, Liz, Danielle, and Shay at 602 Keokuk in Lincoln. You can phone 651-8310, and walk-ins are welcome. Are you planning for college or retirement? Find out how to afford both. Contact Sal Polis, your Edward Jones financial advisor, located at 1400 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Phone 217-732-4001. Sal Polis. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, a member of SIPC. So the Raiders go on a little bit of a run there, thanks to Hollinger's 2 big threes there. With 5:03 to go in the third, Josh, the Raiders with their biggest lead, and that's 13.
Yeah, and here's where the Raiders have to smell blood, Scott. They've got the Knights on the ropes here. A good run by the Raiders so far here in the third, and you got to pick up that defense and get this thing to about a 20-23, 4-5 point lead before Troy can think about it.
Knights with the basketball. Cox goes left now, tries to spin right now in the corner. Nothing there. They'll kick it back up to Cox. Now he'll get to the lane. Cut off by Froby. Spins around. Jumper up. No good. Tapped out by Hollinger to Ewald, and the Railers with the rebound up by 13. Singleton pushes left. Now he'll trot back right. Gets it up top. Raiders set up some offense. Whiteman on the wing. Back to Froby. Froby dribbles left. The lane opens up. Froby just couldn't get it up there as he went left-handed. Yeah. Couldn't get it, I guess, enough on it to get it up over the rim. And Cox steps on the baseline. I'm sorry, the sideline out of bounds. Going to be Raiders basketball.
Yeah, Froby just couldn't. He had that arm fully extended out. Just couldn't get enough spin on it off the bankboard to twist into the basket. But that's what the Raiders have to do. More drives to the basket, more chances to set up for layups.
Ewald to the rim. He's got some long arms. That was up and good. A good, strong play by Ewald. And, boy, I don't know how he's able to control that basketball as he didn't palm it. He just went up one-handed up over the rim.
We've seen him do that a few times this year, Scott, where he never brings that offhand back to the basketball to help control it. So we've talked about it, just improved strength. You can see in his body, grew into that 6'3" frame that he has now. Just a really good athlete.
Tapped away by Froby. Knight's able to track it down. That's Yeager with it. Gets it to Tentis over in the corner. Now they'll get it down low to the big by Winslow. Whiteman strips it from him, but tries to kick it up. Now the Knights with it again. As Whiteman couldn't hit the outlet. Now Cox in the corner for three. Got it. Don't want him getting hot, Josh, as he hit a big three in the corner, and now the lead is down to 12.
Yeah, the Railers were doing a pretty good job there defensively for a good possession. Troy knocked off a lot of time off the clock.
Hollinger wants another one. Just off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Yeager of the Knights. Gets it to Cox.
Quick three by the Railers, and now you got to come back and guard the Knights.
All the way across to Cox. Nothing there. Now get it down to Winslow. Back up top to Yeager. Now they get it down low to Winslow. A little cut by Yeager, up and good. A little run from the Knights as they cut the lead down to 10. 2:30 to go in the third quarter. Raiders with the basketball. Now they'll do a little bit of the weave up top. Get some ball movement. Singleton gets to the lane, pulls up for a little 10-foot jumper, and good for Singleton.
Yeah, you see some inspired defense by the Railers in a few possessions, and then you see some that are just almost like let's seal this thing away, or it is sealed away, and it's far from that. A lot of time left here, and the Railers just up 12.
Ooh, a little shuffle by Cox. He'll get to the basket. No good. A little too strong. Rebound, 5-4 underneath. Whiteman comes out of there with it. Gives it to Singleton. Singleton will trot it across. Get it over to Hollinger to Ewald in the corner. Nothing there, so he'll kick it back up to Whiteman to Froby. Now Froby hands off to Singleton. 1:40 to go in the third. Railers 38, Knights 26.
Yeah, I think the Railers can run a minute and a half off every possession. Troy, one, looks fatigued, and two, it's not their style of defense to come out and pressure and deny the basketball.
Jeez. Ooh, Ewald. It was red there. Tried to get it over to Froby. Tentis read that. And they just got lackadaisical there, Josh, as they were working around and,
Well, yeah, you try to throw a 25-foot pass and not have a lot on it, and the guy at Tentis was already on Froby to begin with. So Coach Al not happy with that offensive. You talked about it, just get lackadaisical with the ball. You kind of feel that Troy is not going to come out and pressure, and all of a sudden, boom, they step in the passing lane, and they're able to go and get 2 points. So, again, the Railers here with a 10-point lead, minute 18 left in the third.
State Bank of Lincoln serving the area for over 113 years with 4 locations in Lincoln and 2 in Clinton. Proud to be a Lincoln Railer sponsor.
I see here, too, the Railers yet to sub here in the third. I think the starting five's been out there the whole time, and usually this is about the time where Singleton gets a break, about 2 minutes left in the quarter, and Coach said not today.
38-28, Singleton gets to the basket, no good, gets his own rebound, kicks it back out to Froby. Froby for a deep three, off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Winslow for the Knights. Raiders up by 10, 55 to go in the third. Knights with the basketball. Milligan with it up top, guarded by Singleton. Now gets it over to Cox on the wing. Now back up top to Milligan. To Yeager to Milligan. 40 on the clock. Now Cox, he's going to take a three, in and out, no good. Rebound, Froby, and the Railers, they will hold for the last shot of the third.
Yeah, I got to get a layup here, Scott. It's layup or foul, something here. We got to stop relying and stop shooting so many threes, and we're not scoring the ball and getting to the basket, which we can.
Whiteman has it up top. He'll make the Knights come out and get him. Now he'll get it to Singleton with 12 on the clock. Over to Ewald on the wing. Now back to Whiteman. 6. Singleton to Whiteman. Whiteman for a deep three. Got it. Nothing but net for Whiteman as that was a deep three. And that's a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer to end the third quarter. It's the Railers 41, the Knights 28. We'll take a commercial break. We come back. We'll have fourth quarter action, so don't go anywhere. This is Lincoln Railer basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Three.
Welcome back to Collinsville, Illinois, the 36th annual Prairie Farms Collinsville Holiday Tournament as the Railers take a 13-point lead into the fourth.
Yes, Tungate in for Singleton. We talked about it just a little bit ago. None of those guys have had a break yet. Usually Singleton gets that one, and Tungate checked in at the end of the quarter as Whiteman finished that third quarter with a three.
Put back by Winslow on the out-of-bounds play, and the Railers' lead is cut to 11.
Kind of keep it around that uncomfortable lead, 11, 10, 11, and
Railers are working around up by 11. Hollinger dribbles up to the rim, up and over. The layup is good for Hollinger. Hollinger, a big factor this second half, Josh.
Yeah, you're right. I think he was scoreless in the first, Scott, and it looks like he has 8.
He's got at least 8
here in the second half. So you're right. The big 8 points for the Railers.
Railers back up by 13. Knights with the basketball. Cox, he'll get to the basket, up and no good. Rebound comes down to Hollinger. He gets it to Froby. And look for Cox of the Knights to pick it up a little bit in the fourth quarter, Josh, as he wants to get his team back into this ball game.
Yeah, he's really been, we talked about in the pregame, he had 25 attempts that night in Edwardsville. I bet he's not shot out of characteristic today, I don't think, as far as too many shots or anything. Probably hasn't shot enough.
43-30, 6:30 to go in the ball game. Railers with the basketball. Ewald thinks about a three, now pulls up, left it a little short off the side of the rim. Probably not a shot that you're going to want to take at this
No, it's a different shot too. That's one that you don't see Ewald shoot very much.
Kind of a in between a jump shot and a little run.
Yeah, and it's that's something.
There's a three in the corner, no good. Gets his own rebound. Now gets to the rim. That's Cox. That's up, no good. Rebound goes up, and Hollinger goes up and grabs it. Gives it to Whiteman. Now to Ewald, back to Whiteman, all the way in the corner to Tungate, who checks in for Singleton.
Yeah, need a layup, backdoor play or something here.
Railers up by 13
High percentage
with the ball.
shot.
See if they can work some clock here and get an easy lane to the bucket.
Well, they don't want to come out on Tungate.
Oh! That's not what we wanted right there, as Tungate thought Frobey was going to come to it. Frobey went to the basket. Tungate turns it over, and the Knights take advantage of it with a nice, easy layup. A little miscommunication there between the two guards.
Yeah, which doesn't happen very often.
Now they'll work some more clock. Whiteman to Ewald to Frobey. Frobey to Tungate. Tungate over to Ewald. Raiders up by 11. There's a three on the way from Tungate off the rim. No good. Rebound comes down to the Knights as Hollinger went over the back to try to grab it, but they're going to get him with a foul. Singleton's going to check in for Tungate. Raiders up by 11. 4:49 to go in the game.
Third team foul on the Railers. Just one on Troy, as Troy's going to take a full timeout, looks like.
Full timeout for Troy. We'll do the same. With 4:49 to go in the game, it's the Railers 43, the Knights 32. This is Lincoln Raider basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. .32, 4:49 to go in the game. And this opening matchup for the Railers here at the 36th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Boys Basketball Classic here in Collinsville, Illinois, Josh. And Railers kind of up and down today, Josh. I don't know if it's because it's a kind of an afternoon game. It's just one of those games that they haven't been able to get in the flow. And, they get that 13-point lead, and then, Troy Triad comes back to cut into that lead.
Yeah, we've been able to have that killer instinct for most of the season this year and really open games up, and today has been a struggle. And you're going to have games like that, but you got to try and compete here and close this thing away. That looks like an offensive foul there.
Yeah, as Winslow got the rebound, went back up, and Hollinger held the ground.
Barreled Hollinger over with a forearm or a shoulder into the chest. Good job by Hollinger. Didn't get the rebound, but is going to draw the charge. Railers need a basket here, Scott. Something is the easy variety.
Or a three. Yeah, we got a little cold there, and I like what you're saying, Josh. You need to get to the basket, get those easy points. And
right now Troy's giving us a gift by throwing the ball away themselves. They got a personal foul or a charging foul on Winslow last possession. But this is a game where you don't need threes anymore. You're up 11 points.
Right.
You get fouled and shoot free throws at one point, and it looks like Dylan's just going to hold out there, make them come out, or you get layups, and that's all you need.
And right now, that's what Triad. They're going to have to extend their defense.
Yeah, and that's not them. That's not their style. They can't.
And that's going to open up some back doors,
Absolutely,
some bigger lanes to the basket. Just like this right here.
The guy pushed him.
A little backside cut from Hollinger was a good job by Triad to cut that off.
And they're going to, and they've got a foul now because they're way back of the bonus. Only 13 foul for Troy now, so they've got to cause some fouls. And number 2, Milligan, is all over Singleton right now. Shoving and bumping and
right there, 43-32 Railers. Singleton's tough. He can handle it. Ewald with it up top. He's guarded by Yeager. Now he'll get it to Whiteman, back to Frobey.
This is a part of this Railer team is so tough to.
Frobey loses it, but it's off the arm of Winslow. It's going to stay with the Railers.
So tough to guard here with 5 ball handlers, and Winslow, I'm sure, is not used to guarding someone that's 6'3" and athletic and handle the ball out top.
Singleton over to Hollinger up and good. Count the bucket and the foul. Hollinger will go to the line shooting one.
Well, just spread them out, Scott, and let the guards do the work. And then once you see, if you're Hollinger or Whiteman in the corners, once you see them penetrate and your man goes to help, you follow right behind. And exactly what Hollinger did. He received a great pass as his man went to go help on the drive for Singleton, and Singleton kicked it off. Hollinger with a big three-point play to give him 11, Scott, in the second half.
Hollinger finishes the three-point play, like Josh said. Raiders with their biggest lead, 14. 3:05 to go in the ball game. Now there's Milligan in the corner for a three, in and out, no good. Yeager's there for a rebound. He'll go back up. Strong, put it back up, count the bucket, and the lead is down to 12. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, game after us will be Decatur, Eisenhower, and Edwardsville, then Collinsville and Oakville at 6:30. Quincy and Madison at 8 o'clock. I'm sure the coaches will be back because I think Quincy comes to town this year, I believe. Comes to Lincoln, I'm pretty sure. And because we have to go to Rock Island, and I know Quincy comes to Lincoln this year. And then Rockford East and Springfield Southeast in the nightcap at 9:30.
Yep, February 8th, Josh. Quincy comes to town. It's on a Saturday, so yeah, that was a good matchup.
Yeah, the old rivalry back. I was
had
part of that.
Games against the old rivalry back in the day.
A lot of fun.
I think there's one at Prairie Capital Convention Center, I remember.
I don't remember it.
Well, I don't remember the outcome. I do.
Oh.
There's another backside. Ooh, Hollinger unable to finish that one. Like to have that one back.
Yeah, that was the one I think Landon would tell you he should make 9 out of 10 times, maybe 10 out of 10.
Oh, there's a steal by Whiteman. Good defense as the Raiders come away with it. 46-34, 2:20 to go in the ball game. Raiders with the basketball.
Yeah, I think you're going to see the same offense here, Scott. Just spread them out with our guards and kick it off to a cutting Whiteman or a cutting Hollinger.
Now they'll work both sides, or Singleton drives. Now a little dish inside to Whiteman. Good pass by Singleton as he found Whiteman underneath for the easy layup. 48-34, 2 minutes. Out of control there. Cox loses it, and we're going to get a travel on the Railers. I don't know who it was. They're going to get that travel on, but the Knights basketball underneath. There's a little easy baseline entry pass to Yeager, and that's a little too easy down there, Josh.
Yeah, that was really easy. I mean, you can't ask for an easier basket than right in the middle of the lane and 2-foot little jump shot.
It's going to be hit out of bounds off of the Knights. Going to stay with the Railers with 1:40 to go in the game. 48-36. Kirby kicks it into Ewald. Ewald up, swatted out of there by, is that Yeager?
Yeah, Yeager way up there with Ewald. Yeah. Could probably clean up top, but probably got some body as Will took off and went way up there. But 5 team fouls now for the Knights, and Will Ewald will step to the free throw line. The Raiders up 48-36. Ewald will go to the line for 2.
First one's up and good. (49-36), 1:37 to go in the game. Second free throw from Ewald is good. Will's got, looks like maybe 18.
Yeah, I think you're right. 18 points for Ewald.
50-36 Railers. Looks like they'll advance to play tomorrow morning at 10:30 against Belleville East. So Josh's prediction came true as we'll take on all 3 Belleville teams.
Yeah, Althoff we've already played, Belleville West we've already played, and like I said, why not? While we're already down here, let's take care of East tomorrow.
Now we saw Belleville West a couple weeks ago. Do we know how those teams match up?
I don't know.
West?
I'll have to do that tonight. I'll do my studying.
Do your studying?
Yeah, tonight.
You let me know.
I'll probably put our camera guy on that part tonight, see if he can come up with any.
All I'm sure he can.
Tidbits on Belleville East.
50-36, 1 minute exactly to go in this ball game. And this is what you want to see, Josh. That first game of the tournament is key because it keeps you out of the auxiliary gym.
Yeah.
Which we've been there before.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of room in there.
Well,
I think Westlake and Broadwell has more room than that.
The service isn't exactly top-notch in there either. So you don't get a lot of good footage for your camera. You don't get a lot of good connection for us either.
52-36 for the Railers as Cox drove to the basketball. No good. Railers with the rebound. Now they'll get it across.
Yeah, I think their coach Guidry said no more fouls, boys. 52-36.
Let it go.
I did my research early, Scott, and Belleville East is 5-4 on the season. I'm not sure that the last game that they just played.
Have they played West yet?
They played West and they beat them 55-46.
Oh,
They did lose to Edwardsville 53-43. They lost to O'Fallon just the other night, 56-50.
And O'Fallon just squeaked by Belleville Althoff tonight, Josh.
Yeah, right. So
earlier
we'll see.
Today,
I saw some athleticism, saw some size that Belleville East will have, and for that matter, it'll be a good one. As you said, the Railers advance here 52-36 to advance to the 10:30 game tomorrow morning against Belleville East. So we will be back here. Of course, we'll have all the action all weekend tomorrow. Hopefully 2 games tomorrow. Well, we'll be 2 games tomorrow, and then a big one on Monday evening. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes. Again, the Railers win 52-36. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Triad.
52-36 is your final here at the 36th annual Collinsville Prairie Farms Holiday Boys Basketball Classic. Josh, the Railers kind of up and down today. They'd go on a little bit of run and just get kind of, at ease with their position in the ball game.
Yeah, and sometimes that's typical of maybe a team that is probably told they were supposed to win by a certain amount, and that it happens. We haven't seen it this year really, and that's been nice because the Railers have had some games where they've really taken care of business and been on top of most games. But again, they give Troy some credit as well. They battled around and hung in there and hit some shots when they needed to and got the ball inside and the Railers, won pretty comfortably, I would say, for the most part. Let's go through the scoring. Scott, the Knights of Troy were led by Nate Winslow. Nate Winslow had 10 points. He also had 8 rebounds, 9 for Luke Cox. He also had 7 rebounds, 8 for Sam Yeager, 5 for Michael Tentis, and 4 for Carson Mulligan. They shot 17 of 36 from the field for 47%. They were 2 of 10 from three-point land and only shot 2 free throws, 0 of 2. They had 29 total rebounds, 23 defensive, 11 assists on 16 turnovers, and 2 steals for the Knights. The Railers were led today by Will Ewald. Had that strong first half for Ewald. 18 points for Ewald, 6 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 3 of 4 from free throw land. He also had 2 rebounds. Landon Hollinger had 11 for all 11 in the second half, 4 of 11 from the field. He also had 5 rebounds, 9 for Caden Froby, 8 for Cameron Whiteman, and Dylan Singleton also had 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. The Railers had 16 total rebounds, 10 assists on just 3 turnovers, 1 block, and 7 steals. The scoring by quarter went, the Railers were ahead 11-6 after 1. Outscored the Troy Triad just 15-13 in the second quarter. Big quarter in the third for the Railers, 15-9, and then capped it out with an 11-8 fourth quarter. Again, the Railers win 52-36 to advance to the second round at a 10:30 start tomorrow against Belleville East. We'll send it back to the studios and back here in a couple minutes with Coach Alexander. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Back here from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium after a Railer W, 52-36. The Railers improved to 10-0 on the season. They will take part in the 10:30 game tomorrow here from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium against the Lancers from Belleville East. Josh Komnick, Scott Kirby, Ryan Stu all on the camera today, and for the most part, Scott, it's a game that we've had several times before where you're picked to probably win, and the kids probably know that. The players probably know that. But you take care of business. Didn't shoot the ball well, so hopefully the Railers come back tomorrow. Definitely will need a three-pointer tomorrow a lot more. You got Belleville East, and then you've got a chance if you win that, you're probably going to have Mundelein, I'm assuming, although O'Fallon has a good team as well. So that game before us will be a good one. So yeah, if you're listening back home and you're coming down tomorrow, don't be afraid to load up about 7 and get down here a little bit before 9, because that Mundelein O'Fallon game is supposed to be a good one. That game is at 9 o'clock, and then of course you got the Railers at 10:30, so you can catch 2 good games there in the morning, and then of course you'll be able to come back for a Railer action tomorrow night. So good day of basketball, nice easy drive down I-55 south, and if you don't, we'll have it for you.
We'll have it, yep, and you can either listen to it, watch it. We've got several ways that you can follow along. I know Lloyd does a lot of the tweeting, you know, as well as the game goes on.
I'm not able to multitask as well as
I can't even do stats as the game's going on. I mean,
and Lloyd does this. I might have to pick up my game a little bit tomorrow and see if I can do some Twitter. But again, the Railers advance to the 10:30 game against Belleville East. Just waiting on Coach Alexander here, and the way some of the stats finished up, Scott. In the paint, Troy led the way 30-20. That was a lopsided score at halftime, 16-2 advantage to Troy. But when the Railers got to that 5-out offense where they had 3 guards at the top and basically Whiteman and Hollinger on the corners, and once our guards got by their man and then were able to draw help from either Whiteman or Hollinger, it was actually Hollinger's man for the most part. We were able to dish it off to him, and he converted on a layup. He converted on a 3-point play. He didn't make a layup that I think he would tell you that he should have made.
Yeah.
But it opened it up, and that that became kind of the staple in the game of what the Railers were able to pull away with that lead. We were still forcing threes there late in the fourth, and we kind of talked about it. It's enough of that, boys. It's layup or free throw time, and Coach must have heard us, because I don't think we shot another one after that.
Yeah, you're right, and like you said, Josh, that three-pointer, when it's not falling, the Raiders have other ways to put points on the board, and we saw that today. And it's a pretty good problem to have. A lot of people don't have that opportunity, and so it's either you live by the 3, die by the 3, and the Raiders able to overcome that today.
Yeah, again, the Raiders shoot 8 of 26 from the three-point land, just 31%. So, not a good day from three-point land, but they were able to knock down some shots for head coach Neil Alexander, who's joining us now.
Coach, thank you for winning the game so we can stay in the big gym. Raiders kind of up and down today as, they came out, the shooting was kind of cold. Did you tell them to get to the basket more because the 3 wasn't falling? And, you knew it was going to be a tough team, and I thought you guys did a great job shutting down their leading scorer, Cox.
Well, they play that pack line defense, which it's a hard defense. It's very, hard to prepare for, just like I think that our defense is hard to prepare for. So we've got to, we've got to just continue to play, because we're going to have to beat some teams that's going to play the pack line. And, when the 3's falling, it's going to help you. But we sure didn't shoot the 3 very well tonight. And, but they played, and that was a tough team. They were hard. You make a run on them. You can see what we did when we got a 12, 14-point lead. We tried to pull them out of it so it would open up. We got some layups. We didn't finish. I think we had 3 or 4, maybe 5 layups that we missed, and that makes a difference in a ball game.
Yeah, Coach, and you talked early on what was scary for the stats as far as the halftime stats, where they were getting the ball in the paint and getting some really sometimes uncontested lack of just going after it type of layups. Troy did 16-2 in the paint after the first half. Kind of cleaned that up a little bit in the second half, but looked like the concentration was a lot on Cox, and then it kind of maybe over concentrated a little bit because they were able to get the ball inside.
Well, in the 3 games that we had on them, he was averaging about 25 points a game. So that was definitely a focus. And when you take and try to shut down somebody like that, you're going to leave somebody else open. And I'm not sure what his name was, but number 30 had a heyday in the middle.
Yeah, and Scott made a good point. When we forced him left, he was not near the player that he was when he was going right, that being Cox. We saw him catch the ball three-quarter court down here and go to the basket 2 times in a row. Looked really comfortable from with his right hand, but Dylan made him go to his left a few times and not near the score. So you did your homework on him anyway. And but again, the Railers, as you said earlier, 8 of 26 from 3. They weren't falling, but you spread them out there late in the fourth and were able to ice it away.
Yeah, we hit 4 or 5 free throws in a row, which you miss them, and it changes the whole complexity of the game. But we had some kids that played pretty good. Willie Wall had a great game. And it's not all about shooting and scoring. It's how you go. It's your total game is what I'm looking at. I could care whether I'd like to have all our kids score about 7 or 8 points and just guard the heck out of people, and good things had happened.
Yeah, I thought Hollinger was good today, Coach. Several rebounds for Landon, drew 2 charges, had 11 big points in the second half. Didn't score in the first, but had some big 2 threes back-to-back that really kind of separated ourselves from Troy a little bit more.
Yeah, you can tell when he's feeling it because his shot's really nice and it's soft, and we were able to, like you said, hit the 2 threes, and that kind of went from, I think it went from 10 to maybe 16 real quick, and we definitely wanted to keep the pressure on them to move and make things happen.
Well, Coach, we get back here tomorrow at 10:30 against a Belleville East team. We already saw 2 Belleville teams. How does Belleville East match up with the Railers, and how do they compare to the other Belleville teams?
Well, they're probably going to be very similar. They're going to be very athletic. They had one kid get 22 rebounds today. Woo! We can't get 22 in a game.
It takes us 2 games to get that.
Yeah, so it's just something that we've got to, we got to do a better job of rebounding and sealing, and they want to get to the rim, but they do have a little more shooters than what I thought Belleville West had. So it'll be a much more of a challenge, but I think Triad is a very, very controlled team, one that gives us fits. And I think Belleville East will play more of an open court type game and up and down, and we'll try to, score on us pretty quick. So, we've got to come to play. It was a tough game, and we'll have our hands full. And what we don't have is we don't have a place to get our kids unless it warms up to about 70 here. But really to go to an outdoor court, but we don't have a court to get on, so it's going to have to be all on film and watching the tape tonight, and just see what we got to do.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations on the victory today, and we'll see you back here tomorrow at 10:30 as the Lincoln Railers take on the Lancers of Belleville East. That'll do it for us here in Collinsville. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow at 10:30 as the Railers are here in Collinsville to take on the Lancers of Belleville East. Our broadcast will begin with pregame show starting at 10. For station manager Jim Ashew, producer director Paula Kodak, and Josh Komnick, this is Scott Kirby. Once again, the final score, Lincoln 52, Triad 36. The Railers now stand at 10-0. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and would like to thank our listeners for listening and our sponsors for sponsoring. This has been a production of WLCN Sports, 96.3 FM. We ask you to patronize our sponsors and say thank you for allowing us to bring you Railer basketball. From Collinsville, Illinois, good afternoon, everyone. It's time to send you back to the studio for the WLCN Lincoln Country.